Hello friends. Now I am going to start to discuss with you about Treaty of Versailles. This is the fifth factor of Second World War. Remember, by the beginning of the topic I am constantly making the same point in your mind that the Treaty of Versailles had created its deep impact from the same year when it was signed. Many people, many countries, many institutions were being infected by its impacts over the world. So, it is also considered to be a part of the Paris Peace Treaty. Mostly everybody knows that, you all knows that Germany was found as the responsible for the First World War, and 6.5 billion pound was imposed on Germany as the war fine. Means everybody had understood that only Germany is the responsible. Its Ruhr province was taken away. Rhine River was opened for all as the international sea route. Many mineral rich regions were snatched from the Germany, and its mineral was compulsorily required to be handed over to other countries for 15 years. Means everybody had tried to destroy the existence of Germany, and in that way the people of the Germany realized that this treaty was unfair and humiliating, forcibly imposed over them, and the German people were angry with the administrator of that time. Actually, they were bound to sign on gunpoint. Means German administrators were not agreed to sign this treaty, but they were bound to sign on gunpoint. Another thing, Adolf Hitler, the newly developed and emerged administrator, ruler of the Germany, became the dictator. Dictator means complete one person rule. That theory is dictatorship, and Adolf Hitler became the dictator of Germany. He called the Treaty of Versailles as piece of paper. In which circumstances I am saying, you understand, in which circumstances? In circumstances of the anger, fear of feeling of anger, feeling of unfairness, and humiliation was done with Germans. That was the feeling in the mind of Germans, and that thought had disturbed all Germans, and Hitler used this opportunity to become the leader, and he constantly used the words that Treaty of Versailles is piece of paper, just a piece of paper, and he announced that he will reject it, and as being a dictator he followed the same. Means the people of the Germany found their savior, their guard, their protector in Hitler, and he became the Führer for the Germans. Right, my friends? And these words, Führer, I discussed in the Nazism in the Germany. You can go through the earlier video. Okay. So here you understand that Hitler used his opportunity. When the Munich Convention was held in Germany, Munich Convention was held on 30th September 1938. You have to remember, Germany captured Czechoslovakia. On 30th September, it was completed Munich Convention. The next day, 1st October, Germany captured Czechoslovakia. Thereafter, he means Hitler, moved towards Memel Port of Lithuania in March 1939. Now you understand. Every step after becoming the Führer and dictator of the Germany, he used the opportunity to establish himself as the great leader of the world. A grand German nation was the mindset of Hitler, and he created the same thought with the other people as grand German nation. Great Germany was his concept. His imperialist policy was the main cause of Second World War. Now you understand one thing. When the completely world reached to the boil point, the last moment step had created the blast of Second World War. When it happened, I am discussing now. The German attack on Poland, an immediate cause. This is the 7th point, but I am explaining it as the immediate cause. Okay. 1st September 1939, Germany attacked over the peaceful Poland. Actually, Poland was completely peaceful. They were neutral. They were not in favor of either this side, but this became the small spark, blow to the whole world. World War II had begun. By that way, the Britain and France want Germany to stop the war immediately, but Germany ignored the warning. Actually, when Germany started to enter the Poland, Britain and France want them to stop, but they not stopped. Here, Britain and France also bound to plunged, means entered to war to protect Poland, because Poland was the neutral and peaceful, right? So the war spread by entering in war. Who entered? Britain and France. For which reason? To protect the Poland. Right, my friends? So, in that situation, as the England and France entered, Italy, Germany, Japan all started to help each other. So, here you remember. Now I am discussing the outline of the Second World War. Already the World War started. Remember, the World War is not a pre-planned date of the war. When the war start or erupt between two countries, convert into the World War in which situation? As here I discussed, Germany attacked over Poland. So the Britain and France plunged in the war to save the Poland. So naturally, the friends of the Germany will enter. Italy and Japan will enter. In that way, the one country's support will enter the war. The enemy nation or the rival nation's friend will enter the nation. He will enter the war to save that rival nation. In that way, the country started to enter and the war convert into the World War. Now listen carefully. Here, England, France and other allied nations were known to be declared as the group of allied nations, and Germany, Italy and Japan were declared as the group of Axis nations. So here the war erupted and Japan used the opportunity to fight against Britain. Some spark of the war reached to the India's eastern boundary also. So we cannot say that India was out of the war, but India was not by his willingness. India was not in war by her willingness, but India was in the war by force, entered by Britain. Right? Okay. Just I indicate the India's place, nothing else. Okay. Now, America was almostly in completely neutral situation, had not entered, but the history of the First World War Japan forgot. Remember, when the history is forgotten, the result comes in the same situation. Some points I want to indicate. Remember, in the First World War, America's naval ship Lusitania was broken and America entered the First World War. And what was the result? Everybody knows. The Germany was bound to surrender. Here the Japan made the same mistake. He attacked over American Navy at Pearl Harbor. America had suffered a big loss of soldiers. Here America was bound to give up their neutral stand and decided to retaliate Japan's attack. And they joined Allied Nations group. So it means by 1939 Germany was fighting, and also they had almost conquered most of the areas. But as I gave example that the Japan not learned from the earlier history, they had not taken lesson. The same was happened with Hitler. We have studied about the groupism, that the Russia had made no aggression treaty with Germany. Russia had made no aggression treaty with Germany. So here it was a Germany's duty not to attack over Russia. But Hitler's mindset was somehow different. We have already studied throughout. So we can understand. Hitler attacked over Russia in the winter. The same mistake was done by the Napoleon in his war against European countries. And at that time also, when Napoleon attacked over Russia in winter, they started to lose. Napoleon started to lose. Here the Germans made the same mistake. See, the topic is not given in your book, but I am explaining the basic points. Why the Axis group lost. That you understand. So Hitler started to lose because in Moscow and in Russia the winter become very dangerous. Nobody move on maximum during winter. And in Russia, the Germany was caught in the clutch, in the trap, and the later they were started to suffer the setbacks. Here the another incident took place as America used atom bombs to drop over two Japanese urban areas, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. First bomb was thrown on Hiroshima on 6th August. 80,000 people were died. Its name was Little Boy. The second bomb was thrown away on the Nagasaki. Its name was Fat Man, and the incident took place on 9th of August. In this incident, 44,000 people were died. So these both incidents broken the backbone of the Japan, and Japan was bound to surrender. So you can understand 80,000 and 44, 1,24,000 people died. And in this incident, due to this destruction, Japan was compulsorily bound to surrender on 11th August 1945, and the World War came to an end. Now, here the main point I want to indicate from my side, that this war was not good for the whole mankind. By this war, the world had seen the first time use of the atom bomb. Now in the present days, we can see the atomic weapons are coming in the world. That is the reality. Nobody can stop it. The world is running towards the blast of the another use of atom bombs. We can't say right now, but it was started by using atom bombs by America over Japan. So I am not supporting anything. What the Japan had done was also bad. What the retaliation was done by America was also not accepted as the humanistic approach. Right, my friends? Okay. Let's discuss about effects of Second World War. So here the three effects are given in your book. The economic effect. First, this war caused destruction in the larger part of the world and incurred expense of huge dollars. America spent $350 billion, and other countries, see, America entered very last, and they spent $350 billion. Understand? Other countries unitedly spent $1,000 billion. On side one America and others are all nations. Now you think how much it was costly. England lost its lots of the property worth of 2,000 crore, and Germany also lost. We cannot imagine how much they lost. When the war was an end, and it's said to be as a story that Hitler killed himself in the bunker. At that time, in the Germany, all the sides was covered by Allied nations, means a rival group of the Germany. The nations of the world gave more than lost, sacrifice lots of the lives. Arms and ammunition were produced maximum in those days. So the basic needs were in the scarcity. Why? Because the production was reduced. So you can understand the world was suffering a lot. Inflation increased. Inflation means high price rise. Was constantly increasing. It was also matter of tension. The people were struggling for the livelihoods, how to succeed in the life. That was a matter for them. There was scarcity of necessary goods in the market. When the production is not done, then the product will not found in market and its price will naturally increase. You can understand The economic life of the people was completely shattered, destroyed. Nobody could expect any more better situation when the product is not available, how the people could live. The nations of the world were pushed into an economic depression. So, as we have studied in the earlier topic, global depression was the effect of the First World War. But the same situation was arised after the Second World War also. Means economically world reached to lots of the years back in economic way. What money we can use for the future development of the people? If the same money is used for the fight, then where the money will remain? You can understand. It was happened with us. Second one is communism in China. See, this is the biggest turning of the world these days, I want to say. In present days, we can see there is the clash of democratic countries and the China has reached to its boiling point also as like the earlier World War. I am not discussing about the future of the world in present scenario, but I am just saying that in present days we China we see as the biggest threat to the world's democratic existence. That China was emergence in 1949 under the rule of Mao Zedong. After the revolution in the China was completed. Here I want to say that in Russia, when the First World War completed, the ideology of the communist ruling method was developed after the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917 AD. The China was also impressed by it. But in those days, the Japan was also powerful. But after the Second World War, Japan was weakened and went under the control of the Western countries. So in that situation, the place of the Japan was taken by China. And Mao Zedong established the communist rule in 1949 over the China after the revolution in China. So the China emerged as the new power. But it was not a time when I am saying, but it was the beginning of emergence of the Mao Zedong, that I want to say. And his country is now becoming a great country in the world as the powerful country. But how much it's a truth will be seen in the history, not right now. Okay. Now the next point is coming, beginning of the Cold War. See, Cold War is the concept. Remember, when the different group of nations decide to join different powers group. Actually, world was divided after the Second World War in two groups, democratic and communist. On one side leader was Russia and other side leader was United States of America. Both groups originally in the war as the friends, but after the war, due to the difference of opinion, they led different power groups. And in that way, the world divided in two groups. And war of words, war of ideologies started to initiate in order to support and oppose each other's opinion. This situation had created atmosphere of Cold War. Cold War is the not actually a war, but a situation in which the tension emerged which could reach to the war. That situation is called Cold War. Many times it has arisen that the world could again reach to the World War, the Third World War, but has not happened. So here you understand that the world after the Second World War has almost divided in two groups, two power groups. First is the democratic and second is the communist ideology. But here it is a reality that world has two ideologies and most of the countries are supporting to the democratic rule, means America. And here emergence of the United Nations had created possible existence, had created a situation for possible existence of the world together, where the all countries are sitting together. See, the emergence of the United Nations is the biggest achievement up to today, because due to the United Nations many countries have been saved from reaching to the Third World War. Also it is a truth. So the existence of the United Nations is very much important for protecting world to enter the Third World War. So I am personally giving importance to the United Nations, because after the First World War the League of Nations emerged. Due to that 20 years the world stayed away from entering to the Second World War, but due to some failure reasons we have studied why the League of Nations was failed and the Second World War erupted. But after the World War the world started to understood value of the peace and established United Nations on 24th October 1945. So I want to give importance United Nations for the purpose of peace, security and coexistence. All countries can live together even though every country have their own opinions. That is the greatness. That is the great achievement of United Nations nowadays. We can understand. Right, my friends? So here I am concluding the explanation of Second World War. Okay, friends?